Can you see the screen?
Yes.
The fifth chapter, I talked about knowledge. It is knowledge which makes you see beyond your limitations. You cannot get rid of your limitations as a human being, but through knowledge, you can look beyond your human limitations. Your human nature is not what you are, it is what you have. What you are is entirely different. It is the witness of this human personality. It is also the reality of this human personality. So you are the reality behind your human form. This knowledge of the self liberates you from all sorrow for the simple reason that sorrow is connected to the sorrowful entity. The sorrowful entity is not what you are, it is what you appear as. Therefore, your sorrow is part of appearance, not reality. Sorrow is for the sorrowful one. You are not the sorrowful one. You are the witness and you are also the underlying reality who is beyond sorrow. When you are able to recognize and enjoy this knowledge, you are free from sorrow. Sorrow cannot damage you because sorrow is something temporary. You are permanent. The permanent cannot be damaged. You are indestructible. So this knowledge frees you from fear. It frees you from dependence. It frees you from the need to become complete. You don't need to become complete because you're always and already complete. Now, this knowledge, if it is so simple, why do not everybody go in for this knowledge and become free? Correct? इतना सिंपल है नॉलेज, तो ऐसा क्यों है ये नॉलेज को भाता नहीं? That is because this knowledge is sukshma. It is very subtle. It's not easily caught. You require to absorb this knowledge and take your time to, what you can say, to mull over it. Okay, गाय है तो ना, वो गाय तो चारा खाता है. It keeps on chewing and it swallows it. After some time, it brings it out and again keeps on chewing it. So this is the cow has got 4 stomachs and 4 divisions of the stomach. So it swallows the grass first without chewing it. Afterwards, it brings it back and it is called chewing the cud. You keep on chabana, 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 चबाते रहना. वेदांत को भी ऐसा ही मानो. When you are exposed to Vedanta, it seems to go above your head. Why? because Vedanta talks about absolute freedom. It talks about limitless. It talks about a formless, limitless Brahman. It talks about Atma as beyond the body, beyond the mind. ये सब सिर का ऊपर से जाता है, नहीं? So you have to stay with the teacher and go over this teaching in a systematic way. That is why हमारे यहाँ my teacher used to have a 3-year course in which there was no holidays, and it was a rigorous course right from morning to evening. And my teacher went into details of everything that he taught. So starting from introducing the human problem, then going into the Vedantic solution, then going deeper and covering the entire Bhagavad Gita, along with the Shankaracharya's commentary. So in great detail, you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Shankaracharya's commentary on the Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita and Brahma Sutra. The language is so simple. At the same time, so much is, you can say, it is so much meaning is there. So as you study it, you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. The style of writing is called Prasannam Gambhiram. Prasanna Gambhiryam. So Prasannam is very simple and very, you can say, nice to read. That language itself is so beautiful. It's so nice to go through. At the same time, it is not just a literary work. I wouldn't even call it a philosophical work. I would call it a revelation. What is revelation? You unfold every word that is spoken in the Shastra. Like a flower, it is a bud, then slowly it starts opening up, opening up. Then you get the flavor, the smell. Then you notice the full color. It takes time. Similarly, the Shastra, with the help of the teacher is opening up the words, he's unfolding the words until you see more and more and more, and then you see the full bloom. Okay, so this is called Gambhiram. Gambhiram is very profound. It is not as simple as you think. It looks simple, but it is very deep. So as you go through this study, a systematic study, which was a residential course of 3 years, plus my teacher said that you can continue your studies in Rishikesh, and Swami Dayananji used to go abroad. At that time, he said, you stay in Rishikesh, you study with the Rishikesh Mahatmas there. You can study or improve your Sanskrit. We already completed a Sanskrit study in Bombay itself. In Rishikesh, we completed advanced studies. And whenever Swamiji used to come back from US, so 6 months he was here, 6 months he was abroad. So I and a couple of my co-students, so we used to travel along with him. So the more and more we are associated with this knowledge, the more and more depth we could see in the teaching. So it is not everybody's cup of tea, but yes, It is a Shastra. What does a Shastra mean? A Shastra is meant for everyone. It does not restrict you, only men can study or only Brahmins can study. It does not restrict you in any way. It is meant for everyone from historical times for Arjuna, and even before that for a young boy like Nachiketa. Okay, Nachiketa went to Yama and got this knowledge as a young boy. And even uh, ladies also. So they were also scholars. They also used to study the Veda. So the Shastra is not restricted to anyone. It is not restricted to Indians or foreigners. It is universal. So the message is universal. It is meant for everyone. And it goes into the root of the human problem. Most of us are touching the superficial area of the human problem. Roti, kapda, makan. And mujhe kya milega? And also my, tu. You did this, I did this. So most of the time we are trying to find solutions for the superficial problems. But the real problem is much deeper. The real problem is I am not good enough. I am inadequate. I am not complete. I am wanting. I am dependent. Whether I am rich or poor, whether I am a scholar or ignorant person, we are all in the same boat. Every human being has this awareness. I am dependent. I am wanting. I am incomplete. I am inadequate. I am insecure. No amount of wealth can make me secure. No amount of power can make me secure. This is what the Puranas talk about. People like Hiranyakashipu and Ravana, they were all powerful, but they still were insecure. They were still wanting. That is why Ravana went after Sita. Correct? And that is why Hiranyakashipu got angry with Prahlad, and he said, who is there to challenge me? So is there a Lord who can challenge me? I want to prove I am the Lord. So he challenged Vishnu and he paid the price for it. So that challenge comes because you don't feel you're good enough, but you want to feel you're good enough. Ego is something, I am inside, I am insecure, but outside, I cover it up by a show of I am very powerful. So even the most powerful person, really speaking, inside very, very insecure. Vedanta goes into the depth of the problem and says insecurity comes from ignorance. All insecurity comes from ignorance. If you do not know yourself, you will remain insecure. You can only find temporary solutions. If you want the ultimate solution, come to this knowledge which will remove ignorance. Okay? For most people, the awareness of a fundamental problem itself is not very clear. We are all very clear about what I need today. Okay, what I need to save up for tomorrow. That much we are all clear. Maybe not for everyone, but for most of us. How much do I need for today? How much do I need for tomorrow? Okay, this is called investing principles. Short-term, long-term gain, short-term gain. How much I require today, how much I require tomorrow. So you have to invest accordingly, right? This much we are able to take care of our daily life, of our daily routine. But everyone is in secret struggling with the sense of I am not good enough, I am dependent, I am insecure, I am unfulfilled. It takes a very mature mind to come to this realization that the problem is not simple, the problem is deep rooted, the problem is centered on me. I am the problem. Okay. Normally, we are saying, I have a problem. It takes a great insight to understand I will always have problems because I am the problem. Once the student realizes, yes, this is the problem is centered on me. What I want is completeness. What I want is wholeness. What I want is fullness, fulfillment. But what I am is wanting, insecure, inadequate. And no matter how much I am able to uh, gather securities, wealth, relationships, no matter how much I gather, I still am limited by birth and death. So I can only live this long. I can only get this much. And all this I have to leave behind when I depart. So when I depart, I remain incomplete, inadequate. If there is a next life, in the next life also the same thing continues. That is why I said this awareness of Vedanta requires a very clear thinking mind. That clear thinking mind can come only when you have a mind that is ready to face your issues. Not an escaping mind, but a learning mind. Okay? Not just a learning mind, but a mind committed to finding solutions. For most people, this type of commitment to find solutions for my problems is wanting because their mind is distracted by so many different things. This is what Krishna says. This is called karma. Okay. So the desire for enjoyments in this world, Krishna says in verse 22, can you see the screen? Verse 22, yes, you can see the screen. I can't hear anyone.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So in verse number 22, Krishna says, Ye hi samsparshaja bhogaha. This is chapter 5, again the ending of chapter 5. Dukkha yonaya evate. All the enjoyments which you are able to experience, they are enjoyments only in a certain way, but they contain the seed of dukkha. They are dukkha yonis. Every enjoyment is limited, therefore it is perishable, and it has a seed of sorrow. Adyanta vanta kaunteya. They have a beginning, they have an end. Nateshu ramate buddha. A wise person does not uh, does not waste his life on this pleasures of life. There's a story of a king who said, I will reward the person who is able to find the secret treasure, okay, which is hidden in my kingdom. It is hidden in my city, or rather, it's hidden in my palace. Anybody who can find this treasure that is hidden in my palace, I will make them my son-in-law. They can marry my daughter. Now, a lot of people said, yes, yes, we all want to uh, take up the challenge. So a day was fixed, and the challenge was, you have time from morning to evening alone. Only one day time you have to find out this treasure. If you cannot find the treasure, then you lose the challenge, right? So you cannot become eligible for the prize. The king was very smart. What he did was, all along the route to the palace, he opened up shops and he opened up entertainment avenues. So it is like a market, a market uh, in which you have all possible entertainments. You have food, you have drink, you have clothes, and you have tamashas, you have people performing, and you have games to play. You have the slides and the swing, you have bungee jumping and river rafting. Everything was uh, kept there to distract the people. So as people moved towards the palace, they kept on encountering such distractions that was so tempting, they got lost into that. And only one person managed to cross all these hurdles and reach the palace. And he found the hidden treasure, and he was selected as the future king. Okay. Now, to survive all these temptations is not easy. It takes a lot of determination. Now, this is what Krishna says. The practice of yoga will make you focused so that you don't get distracted by temptation. Human beings are by nature subject to temptation, and the temptations can be so strong that they can get lost in that. In the process, what happens? A whole lifetime is wasted. So, Arjuna, understand all these temptations are temporary, and all of them are not pure joy. They are always associated with some sorrow. Therefore, they are dukkha yonayaha. As a wise person, do not get lost in those pleasures. So learn to manage your desires. If you can manage your desires, you will not be tempted by distraction. So this is called yoga. Okay. So the practice of yoga is to manage your mind so that the desires in your mind do not throw you out of balance. These desires are such that they can never be totally fulfilled. Even if you fulfill the desires that you have, all your bucket list you've completed, I've gone there, I've done it, I've enjoyed everything, now I'm retired, nothing more to be done, you will find there is always a new bucket waiting for you. You finish your bucket list, there's always something new. Okay. So one lifetime is not enough to enjoy all these pleasures. So you have to learn to really prioritize what is important for you. So the practice of meditation helps you to focus your mind. Krishna says, turn away from this world of pleasures because they are tempting you. They will not fulfill you. What you need to do is verse number 27. sparshan kritva bahirbahyan. All sparshas, all objects of your senses. Bahir, all they are all external. So external things, leave them outside. Do not take them inside. Do not hold on to temptations. Let temptations be outside. Okay. You focus on what is important. Chakshuschaiva antare bhruvo. Turn your eyes towards the internal uh, focus. Okay. Turn your focus towards your own human problem and focus on this knowledge that will solve the problem. So chakshushaiva antare bhruvoh. May you direct your eyes to focus on the point between the two eyebrows. Pranapanau samau kritva. Having regulated your breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. May you regulate it, may it become samam. You find when you are happy, your breathing is very free. When you are sad, your breathing is restricted. Okay. When you are afraid, your breathing is practically, you are not able to breathe. When you are angry, again, you find that your breath does not come out easily. So all this is because you are not able to regulate your breath. If you want a happy mind, a calm mind, a serene mind, regulate your breath. In one of the books by Swami Ramana Maharshi, Ramana Maharshi was a saint in South India. He was a jnani, he was a yogi also. So he's written a book called Upadesha Saram. The original book is in Tamil, but translated into Sanskrit by himself. So in this Upadesha Saram, Ramana Maharshi talks about breath and the mind are like two branches of the same tree. Your breath and your mind, they are two branches of the same tree. If you can regulate your breath, you can regulate your thoughts. If you want to manage your thoughts, start with managing your breath. If your breath is smooth, if it is free, it is free flowing, you find mind also becomes free. If your mind is all tied up into knots, your breath also is tied down, you're not able to breathe freely. Therefore, to relax your mind, start breathing and make your in-breath and out-breath regulated. So, prana panau samau kritva. Having regulated your in-breath and out-breath, nasabhyantara charinau, the breath that is between, that goes in and out of your nostrils. Yata yatendriya manobuddhihi. So through this practice of breathing, learn to regulate your mind, quieten your mind, put in effort to silence the mind. Yatendriya manobuddhi. Shut out all distractions. Outside temptations, let them be outside. Don't carry them inside. Okay. For us, stress is when we are carrying all the load of problems from the office and the home, we are carrying with us from day to night. Okay. So all the problems we are carrying with us and it becomes a burden, it becomes a weight. Krishna says, leave the problems outside. Don't worry. You are taking a break. When you take a break, just put all your worries aside. They can wait for half an hour, they can wait for 15 minutes, or at least they can wait for 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, just take a break. Let all your worries be kept outside, because all your worries are either about the world, either about your family, either about your health, or your mental condition. Now, all these are external to you. You are the one who is inside. You are the one who is managing all these external things. So turn your mind towards yourself. If I am okay, I can manage my world, right? So yoga is, or dhyana yoga, you can call it. Dhyana yoga is fixing the person. If the person is fixed, then the problems associated with the persons can be managed. If the person himself is shaky, then all the problems become burdens. So learn to withdraw from the problems, let them be outside, go inside and look at yourself. You are the one who is a manager of all these problems. You are basically okay as you are. So learn to focus on uh, that power inside you. You are not a weakling, a victim of the world. You are the one who is a manager of all your issues in life. So focus on yourself and recognize all problems are witnessed by me. I am the knower. As the knower, the problem lies outside. I am within. Okay? Think about it. As a father, I have problems. As a parent, as a grandparent, I have problems. In my workplace, as an officer or as a manager, I have problems. In my society, as a neighbor, I have problems. Okay? So, when I am with myself, okay, when I'm thinking about the body, yes, I have problems. When I think of myself, not as a father, not as a officer, not as a banker or a clerk, not as a father or a grandparent, I just see myself, I am just me. So the one who is just me has no problems whatsoever. Take some time to become just you. Okay? You are now dropped all the roles associated with issues. Keep them outside. Just move in towards yourself, just me, and spend some time there to refresh yourself. The more you spend time with yourself, you become more and more energetic, you become more and more stronger, you become more and more relaxed. And the relaxed person is able to handle stress. A stressful person cannot handle stress. It is a relaxed person alone who can manage stress. Therefore, first relax yourself. Instead of trying to solve all the problems of the world at once, leave those problems outside. Discover yourself as the problem solver. You are the one who is always relaxed. Having come to yourself, yatendriya manobuddhihi munihi moksha parayanaha vigatecha bhayakrodha yas sada mukta eva saha. the one who is able to turn his attention within. You discover, I am not a human being, I am not a grandparent, I am not a service person, I am not a employer or employee, I am not a sibling, I am not a neighbor, I am just me. I am not even a human being, I am just me. As me, I have no issues. I am complete. Also, I have no desires. I have a desire as a grandparent, as a father, as an employer. I have desires. Just me has no desires. Just me is comfortable as I am. Right? If you are able to tap that central part of yourself, the essential part of yourself, and recognize that part of yourself is a true you. The true you is always free. If you can recognize that fact, you find a great burden is dropped from you. So the practice of yoga is to become familiar with the one who is just you, free from ichcha, desire, free from anger, free from fear, free from ichcha, dvesha, bhaya, krodha. Yes, sada muktaha. Just become familiar with yourself. You are what you are. You are complete. You are secure. You are fulfilled. Okay. It seems to be a very big, uh, a, a very big, impossible uh, thing to grasp. It seems to be, really speaking, beyond my hands because all my life I've been struggling with problems. Suddenly, Krishna is telling me, just be yourself. As yourself, you have no problems at all. Okay. So if you want to discover this problemless self, practice yoga, practice meditation. In meditation, you are able to draw yourself within and just stay yourself. So two aspects of Bhagavad Gita. One is the ability to gather your mind and focus on yourself. This is called Yoga Shastra. The other aspect is recognize that the self which you are is a reality. Everything else is part of the role that you are playing. You are not what a role you play. You are what you really are. So the self who is just me, that is reality. Everything else is a role that you play. Okay. So this just me, the self who is reality. The knowledge of this is called Brahma Vidya. So Brahma Vidya tells you what you are. Yoga Shastra helps you to acclimatize to that fact. For some people, it becomes very difficult to believe that I can be free from all limitations, I can be free from all problems. It is difficult to believe because my history is full of uh, rejections and anger. It is full of uh, struggle. Suddenly, if somebody tells me I am free from struggle, it becomes difficult to digest. So, yoga is helping me to let go of that struggle. Just come to yourself in meditation, experience a condition in which there are no problems at all, and learn to bring your mind back to this condition again and again until you become convinced, yes, it is possible to be free. And that possibility becomes a fact when I uh, study from the teacher the knowledge of myself. The fact is, I am always free. I am already free. Right? So the sixth chapter talks about meditation. It talks about the steps, the different steps to meditation. The steps are: prepare yourself to meet yourself. Okay, this is called Yoga Shastra. Prepare yourself to meet yourself as you are, the just me. So preparation is Yoga Shastra. Having prepared yourself to meet yourself, now just open your mind to the knowledge of yourself. Prepare yourself to meet yourself is part one. Part two is learn about yourself. Why are there two parts? The two parts are because you have made a mistake about yourself. You have made a mistake. You take the human personality as yourself. That is the biggest mistake you can make. Your human personality is what you have. It is not what you are. So reverse this mistake. You're not a human being looking for spiritual fulfillment. The truth is you are a spiritual being who is playing the role of a human personality. So you are the spiritual being who is limitless, and you're only playing the role of a human being. Recognize the difference. So for this you require knowledge. It is not enough to be just me unless I have the knowledge of who I am. Just me is still the human being only. No matter how deep I meditate, no matter how deep I go into myself, at the end of the day, I am still a human being. I am still limited. I am still wanting. Okay. So yoga can take me to myself. At the same time, to stay with myself, I require Brahma Vidya. So Brahma Vidya helps to see that I am what I really am. I don't have to go to myself. I just have to allow this knowledge to sink into me. So yoga prepares me for this knowledge. And this knowledge comes from the teacher. The teacher has gained it from his teacher or her teacher. So it comes in the long tradition of teaching. And the original teacher is the Lord himself. The Lord himself is the original teacher. This knowledge comes down as a blessing. So it helps me to see what I really am. Yoga can take me towards myself. But to recognize myself, I require Brahma Vidya or Vedanta. So Krishna says, through yoga, prepare yourself. Uddhared Atmanatmanam, verse number 5. Uddhared Atmanatmanam, lift yourself by yourself. Do not pull yourself down. What pulls you down is anger. What pulls you down is fear. What pulls you down is desire. Okay? All these things make you lose yourself. So they only confirm your mistake I am a wanting person. I am an insecure person. When you're angry, when you're sad, when you're depressed, when you're frightened, when you are running after so many different things, all these pursuits or all this uh, functioning, it underlines the human problem. I am not good enough. I am not secure. Okay. So if you want freedom from insecurity, learn to let go your desires, learn to let go your anger, let go your anxieties, learn to trust. This is where bhakti comes in. Learn to trust that the Lord will not let me down. Okay. So uddhared atmanatmanam. Lift yourself up by yourself. Have that shraddha that all will be well. I just have to keep walking the path and surely I will reach my destination. This is also what Krishna assures you. Name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee shall never be destroyed. So Krishna says, Uddhared atmanatmanam. Lift yourself by yourself. Na atmanam avasadaye. Never pull yourself down. Atmaiva atmano bandhuhu. You are your own best friend. Atmaiva ripur atmanaha. You are your own worst enemy. Your fears are your worst enemy. Not fears, but you are holding on to the fears. Desire is not a problem, but you hold on to that desire, you depend on that desire, that is a problem. That will pull you down. So learn to let go. You can fulfill your desires, but don't depend on them. Okay? You can be afraid of a few things, but don't be so afraid that your life is, you refuse to live your life. You have to manage your life through that fear. So learn not to let yourself down. You are your best friend. You are your worst enemy. You are your best friend if you learn to manage your mind. If you manage your mind, you can manage your fear, your anger, your ego. If you cannot manage your mind, the mind will destroy you. Okay? I think I told you about the story about the dog and the tail. So when the dog wags the tail, it is beautiful. If the tail will wag the dog, that is a tragedy. When you manage your desires, it is beautiful. When your desires manage you, it is a tragedy. So don't pull yourself down. Learn to let go. Don't depend on any of these things. The practice of meditation talks about verse number 10. Yogi yunjita satatam atmanam rahasi sthitaha. May the yogi, may the meditator, may he practice meditation. Satatam, constantly let him practice meditation. If you cannot meditate the whole day, it does not matter. Find some time during the day in which you can just be yourself. Not as an organizer, not as an assistant, not as the, what you can say, the insurance agent, not as the bank manager. You're not a clerk. You're not a retired person. All that keep aside. Just be yourself. So this is called coming to yourself. Yoga helps to come to yourself. Atmanam rahasi sthitaha. Seated in a place which is undisturbed. It is rahasyam. It is a secret place where nobody will disturb you. Find such a place and sit in meditation. Ekaki. Meditation is not a group activity, it is individual. A group activity can inspire you to meditation, but your meditation has to be just you. So ekaki yata chittatma. You are learning to manage your own mind. Don't allow your mind to run. Let outside things be outside. Tell yourself, I have an important appointment with myself. I don't want to be disturbed. This is the sankalpa. When you start meditation, start with this sankalpa. I am having an important appointment with myself. I don't want to be disturbed. Okay. And every time your thoughts, you get disturbed, this is an auto suggestion that sankalpa will come back and say, oh, you're getting disturbed, so stop getting disturbed. So you empower the sankalpa before meditation. The sankalpa will empower you while you are meditating. Okay. So register your uh, half an hour activity or 15-minute activity. Register it before you go into meditation. Ekaki yata chittatma nirashihi aparigraha. When you meditate, let go of all your desires because you are not your roles that you play. You are just yourself. As yourself, you have no demands, you have no desires. Shuchau deshe pratisthapya sthiram asanam atmanaha. Sit in a place which is clean. Shuchi. Shuchi is a clean place. Sit in a clean place which is welcoming, not something that is, you don't feel like going there. So go to a place which feels welcoming, it is clean. Sthiram asanam atmanaha. You seat yourself in a posture which is very firm. You sit in such a way that your body is balanced, that you can continue to be in meditation without being disturbed. Your body will not trouble you. If your body is well balanced, it will not trouble you. So sit in a position in which you discover balance. That means either you sit on the floor cross-legged or you sit on the chair and just move your body front and back until you come to a point where you feel my body is balanced now. I don't have to hold myself to support the body. The body is supporting itself because there is balance. Okay. Don't take the help of the backrest. Okay. Just move front and back until you are stable and just stay there. This is called Sthiram Asanam. The asana is a posture. That posture may it be steady so that your body will not disturb you. Na atyushritam nati nicham. So that seat that you're sitting on should not be too high, it should not be too low. Okay. If it is too high, then you are afraid you will fall down. If it is too low, so probably you'll have less of oxygen. Don't go into the basement and meditate. Okay. Natyuchritam nati nicham chailad ajina kushottaram. Have a layer of insulation. Chaila, cloth. Ajinam is a deer skin. Pusha is a layer of grass. So all this on the floor, if it is a damp floor, you put a layer of grass and put a deer skin, which is insulating. And on top of that, you put a cloth and sit. Nowadays, you don't have to worry. You get ready-made meditation seats. Okay. Just sit on that and practice meditation. Tatra ekagram manah kritva. In that position, practice a single concentrated mind. Ekagram manah kritva. Yata chittendriya kriyaha. You are regulating all activities of the mind and the sense organs. You close your eyes, You don't allow your ears to hear the sounds. The sounds may come, but don't hold on to the sounds. Allow them to pass. So you're not engaging in those sounds. Even when your thoughts come, do not engage your thoughts. Allow it to go. So as the thoughts comes, the sankalpa is there. I don't want to be disturbed. Therefore, don't engage. Allow it to go. Upavishya asane yunjat. Having seated in that posture, in that asana, may you practice yoga atma vishuddhaye for purifying your mind. Here Krishna defines yoga. Yoga is meant to purify your mind. Okay. So this is what you are doing. You are preparing yourself to meet yourself. When you purify your mind, you're ready to meet yourself. You're ready to be with yourself. Now that you have come to yourself, the second part of the teaching is Brahma Vidya. It tells you are not just a meditator, you are much more. You are not just a meditator, you are the reality of all your roles. You are also the reality of this entire creation. This entire creation, your own roles in life, they all come from you, they go back into you. As the reality, you are not limited to this human form, you are limitless. So that limitless is to be understood. That is called the teaching of Vedanta. Limitless is, for the time being, is just a word. How am I limitless? I don't know. So that is where the teaching of Vedanta comes. As we go ahead in Gita, we will understand a little bit more about what is limitless. Okay, for the time being, yoga is meant Atma Vishuddhaye, to purify your mind. Samam Kaya Griva Shiro Grivam, keeping your Kaya, your trunk, your head, and your neck all in a straight line. Okay, head, neck, and the trunk. There should be no vakram. There should be no bending. Keep it straight so that your breathing is very free flowing. This is what they talk about as your energy. When your breathing is free flowing, the energies in the body are moving. Okay, so with your breath, you move the energies in your body until you feel refreshed. Dharayan achalam stiraha. Remain stable in that posture. Sampreksha nasikagram. So direct your eyes, your closed eyes, direct the attention towards the tip of the nose. Okay, earlier it was said between the two eyebrows. Here it is said tip of the nose. That means it is not the nose is important, it is the direction is important. The direction is straight in front of you and very close. Okay, so do not go far, just remain right here, right now. Your mind is right here, right now. Prashantatma Vigata Bihi. You are very peaceful now. All your fear has gone off. Brahmachari Vrite Stitaha. You are practicing the uh, the Brahmachari niyamas. Brahmachari is a person who studies the Vedas. Okay. As a student, you practice self-discipline. So that self-discipline may you keep as a routine for your entire life. So your life should be a life of discipline, not a life of uh, what you can say, casual. Your life, don't be casual. May you be focused. Take your life seriously and focus on what is really important. Manaha samyamya, having regulated your mind. Machittaha, direct your attention to the Lord within. The Lord is there inside you. He is blessing you. So may your mind rest with the Lord. Yukta asita matparaha. May the yogi remain in meditation as long as possible. Again, certain conditions for meditation is talked about. Verse number 17. Yuktahara viharasya yukta chestasya karmasu yukta swapna avabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Right eating, right uh, uh, movements. Vihara is your walking or going outside for uh, relaxation. Yukta chesta, all the activities that you do, may it be regulated. May your food be regulated. May your vihara, your going out. Yukta swapna avabodhasya. May your sleep be regulated. May your waking also be regulated. So have a particular discipline of life. So this is conducive for yoga. So yogo bhavati dukkha. So if you have regulated all this, you are a yogi. This yoga will remove a lot of your burdens of sorrow. When the mind is settled, verse number 20, yatra uparamate chittam. When your mind is settled in that quietness of yourself, you are feeling the grace of Ishvara, you are feeling that blessing, you are with yourself, you are free of all your roles. Niruddham, chittam niruddham. The mind has been held back and it stops its normal activities by the help of yoga. Yatra chaiva atmanam atmana pashyan. You're seeing yourself by yourself. You're experiencing yourself by yourself. Okay? In yoga, there is no subject, there is no object. There's only you. You are the experiencer. You are the experienced. You are experiencing yourself by yourself. So having experienced this Atmani Tushyati, this experience is not, you don't have to go out somewhere. This experience is present in yourself. So with this quiet mind, experience the joy of this experience, of this self, Tushyati. So may you enjoy this particular fulfillment of meditation. So what is the purpose of meditation? It is to come towards yourself. Having come towards yourself, you surrender to the teaching of Brahma Vidya, which tells you you're not a simple individual limited to this particular time and place. You are limitless. You are formless. You are complete. Okay. Here is where Arjuna has a question. Arjuna says it is very difficult to meditate because of so many distractions. The mind is by nature flowing. It is very difficult to control the flow of a river. Even if you dam the river can overflow and break the dam. So this mind is so powerful. How do I control it? Krishna says, whenever the mind moves away from your track, don't blame yourself, but just bring back the mind, remind the mind, hey, your duty is here, not there. Okay? May that sankalpa help you to bring the mind back. This is more important. Stay with me. Don't get away from me. Tatastato niyamyaitad atmanyeva vasham nayet. Every time the mind goes out, gently bring it back. Don't fight with your mind, but direct your mind and help it to reverse the direction, come to yourself. So Arjuna says it's very difficult. Krishna says, yes, it is difficult to manage the mind, but Abhyasa and Vairagya, these are the two things that will help you to manage your mind. Abhyasa is practice. Vairagya is the ability to let go. We hold on to things because we are not able to let go. We hold on to worry. We hold on to anger. We hold on to sorrow because we do not know how to let go. So this letting go is called Vairagya. Vairagya means tell yourself, these are small issues, they don't really matter. What matters is a big issue. The big issue is coming to myself. Coming to myself is a big thing. Everything else is small. Therefore, let go of small things. Hold on to the big thing. So, Vairagya and Abhyasa. Letting go and practice staying with yourself. The more you practice this yoga, you will slowly be able to enjoy being what you are more and more. So, just for 2 minutes, I want you to close your eyes, sit in a position in your chair or wherever you're sitting. Try to make your body not take the support of anything. Your body should, like a paperweight, let it balance itself. Your body is like a paperweight, very steady and cannot be blown off by any breeze. As you close your eyes, whatever sounds that you can hear, just listen without judgment. Let them be outside. Don't engage in them. Your own thoughts, whatever they are, just let them pass. Don't engage in them. As you focus on your breathing, make your breathing very free. Breathe in and out. In free breathing, you can feel your stomach move in and out. Just breathe relaxed and feel the movement of the stomach. This kind of breathing helps your mind to become relaxed. Stop engaging in all the things that are outside. They are small things. Let them go. You are doing something important. You have an appointment with yourself. A very pleasant self. Free from all role problems. Just me. Just me. As myself, I feel very relaxed, very comfortable, very glad. I also feel the grace of the Lord blessing me. This practice of meditation prepares me for self-knowledge. It helps me to come to myself. This is called purification of mind. I let go anger. I let go sorrow. I let go fear and desire. I don't need any of this. I am just myself, happy as I am. Just myself. Just myself. Om. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimmaishaah Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shovarehita Brahmana Santu Nirbhayah Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Satkamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritam Gamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Thank you very much. Any questions, you are welcome to ask either now or you can send your questions to me. Either way is okay. If no questions, we can conclude.
I think
We
we
are
can
just
conclude.
chewing the cud.
Aji,
We are just chewing the cud.
you are chewing the cud. Very good. Very good. Very good. So I'll call it a day. You keep chewing the cud. It is good. Yeah. And also keep visiting yourself. In the daytime, keep visiting yourself.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar ji.